Welcome, this is Dark Horse Assassin, Rise of the Messiah. We're going to keep this going with Chapter 8. Now the date is April 10th, 2002. Same day, well it's night. Lithonia, Georgia. Pleasant Point Apartments were anything but pleasant. DeKalb County should have fined the complex owners for misleading advertisement. The Rowdy Ridge apartment complex was a more fitting name for the low-budget housing complex in the Atlanta suburban area. The Big Arrow had just met up with the Little Arrow, and they both were pointing due north on every accurate clock and watch in Atlanta, Georgia. To a vampire, the night was young. On this Friday night, the bloodsuckers were out in full swing. Pushers, prostitutes, tricks, and thieves, waiting for an opportunity, lingered in private and public areas in the one-way in, one-way out, drug and crime-infested community. There wasn't even a full moon out, and folks were acting more of a fool than usual. Used condoms, needles, broken glass, cigarette and cigar butts, and used diapers littered the complex's two playgrounds. There seemed to be more dope dealers than fiends hanging around the rear playground. Millions changed hands weekly on the rimless half basketball court and over by the rusty swing set frame. In a middle-class white suburbia at midnight on Saturday night, most 10-year-olds were in bed, maybe even watching television or playing video games, but here they were running up to cars, exchanging nickel-sized tinfoil packs filled with crack and powder cocaine for money. "Yum yum!" Sonny shouted, catching the little boy's attention. The boy turned his head to the two women. "Get your narrow butt home before I knock you out!" Yum Yum looked back at the three older boys that he ran dope for before turning back to Sonny. "What you need to do, Miss Brown, is find you some business and leave mine alone for you won't have no business at all." Asada grabbed Sonny's arm. She knew her best friend too well. "What'd you just say? Did you just threaten me?" Sonny asked, stepping toward him. The kid waved an arm as if shooing her away before turning around and heading back to the curb, where the older boys were passing around the blunt. "Oh, shit," one of the older boys said. When Yum Yum turned around, Sonny was right there. She slapped the little boy across the face. "Bitch!" he shouted as he put a hand to his stinging jaw. Sonny kicked off her heels and put the 10-year-old in a stranglehold while using her other hand to take off his belt. "Let me go! Stop! Stop! You ain't my mama! Stop!" "Thank God for that," she said while removing his belt. "Ow! Now who you calling a bitch? Ow! Don't you ever talk back to grown folks, boy." Sonny looked up at the three older boys. "Y'all ought to be ashamed using this baby to sell your dope." The smallest of the three had his pants hanging below his knees, one foot on the ground, the other on the building wall behind him. He turned his Miami Heat hat to the back. "Yo, sis, word up on everything." He grabbed his crotch area. "You can get it, straight up." He held a small bankroll out towards Sonny. "Just throw out a number, shawty." Sonny ignored the dope boy for the moment. She pushed Yum Yum away. "Now run home and tell your mama I beat your behind and tell her why I tore that tail up." He turned and started walking. She took off her shoe and threw it, intentionally missing the kid. "I said run, boy!" Yum Yum took off down the street. Next, Sonny turned and snatched the wad out of the dope boy's hand. "This'll do." The boy took his foot off the wall and used one hand to pull up his pants. "Yo, that's damn near stacked, sis." He reached out toward her, ignoring him. She just put the wad of money in her bra. "Yo, what you doing?" one of the other boys asked. "What it look like I'm doing, fool? I'm taking off my clothes." "Why?" "You said I could get it, so I'm about to put in work for this money I just earned." "Earn? Yo, if you don't unask my bankroll." He lunged forward and Sonny stepped back. The boys froze at the sound of a bullet being changed. Asada had her 380 inches from the lunging boy's forehead. "Now we can handle this one or two ways," Asada said. "You see, I can make the world a better place, and at the same time help bring your families together in one home, or you can apologize to my girl right this damn minute." After all three apologized, the little one asked, "So, yo, what about my bankroll?" Asada looked over at Sonny. Sonny reached into her bra and pulled out the rubber banded stack of cash. Sonny imitated the teenage boy. "You can get it, shorty." "Yeah, little man, you can get it right now," Asada said as she grabbed at her crotch area. "Pull it out, little man, and you can get it all. I mean, drop them down to your ankles. Take off that big-ass t-shirt. I want to see what you working with. And if I think I can work with what you working with, then we can go back to my place and put in some real work," Sonny said. "Yo, stop playing, sis. All they ain't even mine." "Do I look like you? I mean, really?" Sonny asked the boy. "Nah," he said with a confused look on his face. "Yo, why you ask that, sis?" "'Cause you keep calling me sis like we related. Now drop them or we out." The three boys just stood there doing nothing and saying nothing. Sonny put out a 20 before she threw the wad at the boys. "Punk asses. You three best find you another corner. 'Cause just like the eviction party me and my girl just left, you are evicted from this corner. Do not let me see you three here tomorrow night. Is that clear?" "Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am," the three boys responded. Sonny held out the 20 she just removed. "Here, now let me get a quarter of that mid. I don't want none of that loud y'all smoking." A few minutes later, the two best friends were sharing a blunt on the back porch of Sonny's project apartment. "Girl, you's a plum fool. I can't believe you whipped that boy's behind in front of his friend." "I don't know why you can't believe that. You know me. I can't stand no bad behind disrespectful kids. I do not care whose they are. I might beat his little behind again next time he come over asking to play with Mirror." She held her hand up in front of Asada. "Little nappy-headed monster made me break one of my damn nails. Shit, I just had them done. $15 damn down the damn drain." "Girl, that $15 is nothing. If one of those dope boys would have knocked your head into next week." "Now you know," Sonny gave Asada a "you know better than that" look. "Them boys may be dumb, but they not stupid." "I swear I thought that little Jermaine Dupri lookalike was about to pee his pants when I held Betsy to his forehead," Asada said. "Let's just hope them boys are smart enough not to come back. I hate to have to spill blood on my own damn doorstep." "It wouldn't be the first time," Sonny said. "On another note, how many times is Butter gonna throw an eviction party?" "Damn!" Asada asked. Sonny held up 3 fingers. "This is the 3rd one in 3 months, and she's still there. And we still go pay our $10 damn each time, and we will be there next month when she does it again." "And you know that's the truth," Sonny said while giving Asada a high five before pulling 5 wallets out of Asada's purse and laying them out on the concrete in front of them. "Like taking money off the dead. Butter have it so dark in there, niggas be so close trying to rub on somebody's ass, they don't even feel our hands in their pockets." "Girl, I heard Butter made so much last month that she paid a $400 car note and caught up her rent." "Wouldn't have been difficult. Her rent ain't nothing but $18. I don't even see how you can't come up with $18 damn every month," Sonny said. "She look all right. She still got her youth. She could have tricked off with one of those sorry-ass dope boys to get that little money." "Sonny, Butter ain't no hoe. She needs to be whatever and do whatever if it means keeping a roof over her and them 2 little girls' heads." Asada made small clouds of smoke as she exhaled. "Heifer, every woman can't just spread her legs to get a bill paid." "I don't see why not. Just 'cause you done been to church 4 Sundays in a row don't mean you earned a halo, hoe. Remember Mr. Stokes?" Sonny said. "Girl, I was only 15. That don't count." "Hell if it don't. I was gonna get held back. Ain't no way I was gonna repeat the 10th damn grade. And besides, Mr. Stokes know he was full of fine. He was a married 40-year-old science teacher with kids older than we were." Asada shrugged. "I was young and dumb, and besides, it wasn't like I was no virgin." "Stop making excuses, girl. Just admit it," Sonny said. "You is a hoe, been a hoe, probably always will be a hoe. Hold on. If memory serves me correct, Asada crossed her arms and nodded her head. Mr. Stokes had his way with you, too. So what does that make you, Miss Lady? First, Reginald did not have his way with me. So you on a first-name basis with the father of his wife's children? Asada said. Back then, yes, I was, Sonny said. After you told me how he made your river flow? Shoot, naturally, I had to see what all that flowing was about. And the difference between you and me is I got $60 out of my test drive. Sonny pointed a finger in Asada's direction before continuing. And that makes me a prostitute, not a hoe. I know that sorry behind Raynell didn't pay for nothing, Asada said. Nothing but raping me, Sonny replied. Asada dropped the blunt on the concrete below. Damn, girl. You know how I am. I'm dumb as a box of rocks sometimes. I just was not thinking. I am so sorry. Sonny put a hand on the side. I'm used to it, Sonny said. Used to what, girl? You not thinking. Seriously, Sonny. But do you ever think about that night? All the time. Mira is 10, so Raynell has been in prison for, he's been in prison for a minute, Asada said. Ever wonder if he's innocent? Back then, I hadn't been with anyone else since Mr. Stokes, and I did him 6 months before little Dave's going to jail party. Mira is proof that Raynell raped me. You were drugged. You don't remember what happened? All you know is that you woke up in a strange bed in a big-ass mansion with your pants and your panties at your ankles. I'm just saying, you even said that the house was wall-to-wall bodies. What if someone else came into that bedroom, like Raynell said? Raynell brought me to that party. If he didn't stick it in, he might as well have. I was 15 at a King Pink going to jail party. Raynell was 18. He obviously left me alone. I know all that, but the man done did a dime and he still got 8 cents left before he even comes up for parole. And if he gets out then, he'll be branded as a sex offender for the rest of his life. Why are we even talking about this 11 years after the fact, girl? I don't know. Last Sunday, Dr. Lomax, he spoke about hate and forgiveness. Damn, girl, you drinking the Kool-Aid for real? You know good and well that pastors ain't nothing but pulpit pimps. Now Dr. Lomax is first African. He puts the prosperity preaching pulpit pimps on blast, girl. He even calls America what it really is, America, Asada said. You sound like all the rest of the deaf, dumb, and blind, Sonny remarked. Besides, Asada, ain't you the one that said black folks that go to church are modern-day slaves because they still worshiping the slave master, the same God that the slave master made them, and they still praying to the slave master's God expecting to be saved? The patio door opened. Her hazel brown eyes stared right through Sonny. The sky blue gown she wore was the only thing that moved as the 10-year-old stood at the door. The little girl was a 4'6", deep dark coffee brown statue wearing an emotionless stare. Mira, what's wrong, baby? Sonny asked. He getting bigger. Who's getting bigger, baby? The boy. What boy? My friend, the one I dream about. Sonny held her arms out. Come here, baby. Mira took a couple timid steps forward. Sonny got down on one knee and took her daughter in her arms. Mira wrapped her arms around Sonny's neck. Asada stood back admiring the scene unfolding between mother and daughter. Sonny held Mira at arm's length. Baby, now I done told you that there is nothing wrong with dreaming. I don't know why you keep dreaming about this boy, but as long as the dreams are pleasant, there's no need to worry. But Mama, I think he in trouble. She put her daughter down and knelt down in front of her. He's not real, baby. How many times do I have to tell you that? He is real, Mama, he is. Did you just raise your voice at me, little girl? Answer me when I speak to you. No, ma'am. Go back to bed and I don't want to hear another peep about that little boy in your dreams. Mira stood in front of her mother silently, gritting her teeth. You hear me talking to you, little girl? Yes, ma'am. You better act like it. Now you best take some of that huff out your voice and go on back to bed. Mira turned and walked back into the house. You make me sick, Mira mumbled while closing the patio door. Sonny got up. Let me get my belt. Asada grabbed Sonny's arms. Girl, don't let it get you all worked up. Ruin a good night with good company. Good weed, and she looked at the 5 wallets on the concrete. Those. Sonny picked up one of the wallets after sitting back on the upside down paint bucket. Girl, I love that little girl with everything I got, but I swear sometimes she makes me want to reach out and smack her eyes in the back of her head. What's wrong with these disrespectful kids today? And mom and daddies are crazy and they bring babies in the world and they make them crazy. But black folks just ignore crazy, Asada said. What you saying, girl? Don't get all defensive on me, girl. I'm just speaking truth. Remember Cornbread Gibson? Man's brother? Sonny said. Girl, how can I forget that fool? No telling how many dope boys he robbed. Riding the bus and train all around town, going in the projects he had no business in, robbing dope boys with a toy pistol in his coat and getting away clean. God sure had his back. Until one of Red's boys shot him in the face, Sonny said. You have to admit, Sonny, if Cornbread had been laying on some note-taking psychiatrist's couch, he might not be lying 6 feet under in a casket. Yeah, I guess you're right. The late 80s was stupid crazy. That's what I'm saying, girl. Black folks see crazy every day, but we just blow it off as if crazy's just supposed to get sane over time. You always hear about rich folks lying on someone's couch telling all their business. Girl, they even done gone to calling them therapists, life coaches, and support systems instead of psychologists. Hell, I bet Tupac and Biggie would have been alive today if they would have gotten on somebody's couch. What make you think Tupac and Biggie had a few screws loose? Sonny asked. As much money in Poontang as they was getting, and they acted like crabs in the barrel instead of kings on the throne? I know where you going with this, Asada, and I don't like it. Girl, I'm your best friend. Hell, I'm your only real friend. We go back to middle school. We've screwed and gotten screwed together. I even lied on the stand to help get Raynell put away. What does all that have to do with the price of tea in China? The price of tea in who? It's a saying, Asada. Means, what does all that you saying have to do with any damn thing? Girl, it means I love you unconditionally and I want for you what I want for myself. You know I love my goddaughter as much as anyone. I just think we should consider getting her tested. Tested? Tested for what? I don't know, Asada said. She been having these dreams about this little boy now for years. What about the way she sneaks up on people? She moves like a ghost. And last month, the way she make things do what they aren't supposed to do from time to time has nothing to do with her mental stability, Asada. Last month was just some freak power surge. Freak power surge? Girl, we came here after we rocked Macy's for $3,000 in clothing to find your lights had been cut off, apartment darker than night. The cutoff notice was still on the knob. We go in Mira's room and she's at her desk doing homework. Homework sitting under a brightly lit desk light that was plugged into one of your plugs that had no damn power. A desk light that cut off when Mira realized that we were in the room. Asada, you are my girl to the end of the end, but Miracle is my child, and I will not waste money I do not have and time that I cannot afford to take my baby to some note-taking, dumb question-asking stranger. And what you think they're going to say when I ask if my baby is touched? You know good and damn well they're going to say my baby's nuttier than a peanut factory. That way they can keep seeing her getting more money that I don't damn have. So now that you done killed my damn high, Sonny handed Asada her cut from the wallet, I am going to damn bed. Asada rose to her feet. One last question. Not if it's about my baby's sanity. Nah, I said my piece on that. I was just thinking about you and Mr. Stokes. What about me and Mr. Stokes? Well, remember when we went down to the free clinic the first time? Yeah, I thought I was pregnant with his baby. You weren't, Asada said. Right. The doctor said you couldn't be because your uterus was abnormal. He also said I could never have children, and less than 4 months later, I became pregnant. Only reason I didn't have an abortion was because Dr. Polsky had said I was never going to be able to conceive. Oh, Dr. Polsky don't even know. He really the one that named Mira, Asada said. Yup, Miracle Joy Brown. The brown miracle that brought me joy by coming into being. That's my baby. You ain't never been pregnant but the one time, girl. You never know, Asada said. Know what? Might not have been Raynell. Asada, why you suddenly all up in mine? Damn. I'm just saying you should have them do a DNA test. Who is them? No, never mind. I done told you, Asada. It don't make no difference who the father is. Raynell should not have left me alone for 1 minute in that big ass house. Bottom line, I was raped and somebody got me damn pregnant. You said my daddy was dead. Miracle stood in front of the patio door. Shit! Asada put a hand over her mouth. Good Lord, girl, you about scared me to death. I didn't even hear that door slide open. I knew he wasn't dead. I just knew it. She patted her chest. I feel him right here.